a phase.
This is the Burton Cartel. We rode this with Sensei. I've ridden this with the Pow Wrench as well on another day. I rode this with Adidas tactical ADVs. So did Jimbo, so did Pete. And let's get into the Highback Flex here. It feels a little more Highback. I don't have the old one right next to me, but I will say it feels like there's a little more Highback going on. It's a little stiffer than last year's Cartel, but it still has some of that similar personality. A little bit of give going back, but more twist than give. Last year's had a little give, if I remember correctly. And the last like 10 years, like they had the very similar Highback for like 10 years. But I like it.
The Cartels are one of the standard feel underfoot bindings.
Yeah.
I think just.
I think they kind of started this trend.
Yeah.
They
when I recommend just an all-around standard incredible binding that's gonna feel great underneath your foot, straps, everything is gonna be comfortable and done well, I'm recommending a Cartel.
They started the let the board bend trend.
Yeah.
And you can see here, this
board's gonna torsionally
disc
flex
flexes, the whole binding flexes with the board. Just as the board goes like this, it flexes with it. And it's a really cool, really smooth, buttery feel. And if you're riding kind of a medium flexing board or a soft flexing board, it'll feel even softer.
It exemplifies it if you're riding a stiff board, it softens it up a little.
A little, but it's like,
Hard
but it's
flexing.
not as like, you know how like when you're in the like medium soft world?
Yeah.
For me, I felt the medium soft world got even like crazy soft. You're like, wow, this is really cool to twist and butter, especially with Burton boards.
Ask your doctor about being in the medium soft world. As far as turn initiation and response goes, what do you think about that, folks?
Medium,
Yeah.
medium soft.
Yeah.
It's a medium turner. Burton does not make bindings that are super powerful and sharp in response. It's very smooth and it flows, and it's made to go with their Burton boards, even though they're reflexes.
Qigong.
But they work so well with so many other boards too. And I love that. I love that smooth medium response. And I just love pairing up Cartels with, easy turning boards, to semi-challenging boards to turn, to get to go edge to edge.
Shock absorption, dampness.
Very shock absorbent, very damp.
That's our thing.
Yep.
I mean, like, look at all that.
No
that
more,
foam.
we're not seeing, I don't think they ever had the gel pad, but there's there's a hearty helping of EVA foam here.
Look at that. Jeez.
Like a basement in Florida.
Gosh, that was a steak.
Look at this. Well said, Peter. Well said. Look at this. You've got just all EVA foam in the front, except for a little pad kind of guarding the sway bar here.
Bristle.
So adjustability, I love how they have, I don't know if you can see this, but they have two holes here so you can move your ankle strap up higher, get a little more response, get a little more support. I love the Highback rotation is the best in the business. Turning your Highback to match the heel side edge really improves the turn initiation, really makes it more fun, less calf bite, good times all around. And they allow you to adjust better than anybody.
They do. Real quick and easy too. Not having to pop the full screw out and like into a specified hole.
Super easy, toolless, forward lean. I hate forward lean, but if you like forward lean,
like it.
it's very doable. And then the ankle straps, the adjustability there is just toolless, very easy to do and use. This can go forward. This can go forward and backwards. But in terms of stance with adjustability, tell us, Peter.
Well, it works great with a Burton board.
You can slide it all you want.
You can slide it all
In
day
the channel.
long.
Yeah,
in the channel. But if you don't like, extreme rights management like us, and you're just a bunch of gear whores and you ride all sorts of different boards with all sorts of different inserts and slots everywhere, and you're just getting slotty everywhere, and you're trying to take your
I'm monogamous in life, but polyamorous with my snowboard gear.
He is. He very is. Very much so is. then that's where the Burton disc comes, you know, it fails to shine.
At least they're letting you put it on another board, but
yeah, they are. This new disc allows
At
you
Woolies.
to insert into every type of board. It is kind of like, it has a lot of nice, great technology in there, but why not give us a little bit of stance with adjustability to be able to center our boot
it doesn't look like
on the
there's
disc.
much more room in there.
But
I know, you
center
can't
your
put
boot
any
on the
more in
disc
there.
a little bit, but on a 4-hole, you don't have much anymore. You're giving up 1 hole. But not only that, you can't slide it either way, and that's
all right.
But that's, you know, if you got a
You
channel
get what
system,
you pay for, actually,
or if you
quite
don't
literally
need
in
a
this
perfect
instance.
stance, you can go a little wider, a little narrower. That can work.
If that ½ doesn't mean nearly as much to you as it does Beastie's wife,
That poor woman.
that poor woman.
That Ratchet System.
The Ratchet System is very smooth, very grippy, but like all the Burton bindings, they just don't want to really let you crank down your toe strap or ankle strap. So if you're a cranker, you probably shouldn't crank. Don't do crank. Don't crank too hard. You're gonna hurt yourself either way. You're gonna hurt your feet, or you know.
Yeah,
But I
the
do,
blood
I
pressure in
do
the
slightly
ankle strap
wish
if you
that this
Yeah.
allowed me to pull down a little harder. And one thing, before, as I mentioned, if my toe, I just had to make very much so sure that this was in the exact perfect spot on my boot, because if it was just a little bit forward off, you can't crank this down to the point where this front, the front strap does anything. You have to like undo it a little bit and just put it exactly perfectly over your toe and in the right
Burton's
spot.
never really nailed the toe strap.
It's true.
It's better than before, but it's still like, God, you get on other toe straps and they just
They
work
just kind of
perfectly
mold and
around
just
your boot.
and you can kind of just throw them
other
on like in
binding
any
in
location.
here.
This one, it just takes another second of pre-thought, put it right in the right spot on your boot, get it down to a very perfect comfort, and then it still feels great, incredible.
I still love it. I
Overall,
love the
still
new
one
design.
of my favorite
I would wear
bindings
one
out there.
strap overall.
Yeah.
I'd wear 2 strap overalls. He's wearing his bibs today. Got
True.
me tempted.
I love the new Highback.
You
I
know?
think it's good.
You know, wear your working clothes.
Still a great overall.
Freaking best. Hey, Pete Sampras, what are you serving up this time?
Less pitter patter, more getting at her.
All right,
Good
the good
ride.
ride.